Okay, we've changed position again.
We have. We are, we took you a little bit on a tour, and we are down on Presque Isle. We are, and here you see a boat, and if you look across the bay, you'll see the city of Erie. And we're gonna turn the camera here and give you. That's not
Maybe
it.
we're going to turn the camera.
I thought we were going to turn the camera.
The camera doesn't want to be turned because we're so amazing.
It's we just want to show Holly and Susan.
We'll figure it out later.
Oh well. Anyway, so this time we're going to talk a little bit about, someone had asked us about writing a synopsis, and I know that that's one of the things that it seems to me most writers dread. They'd rather write the whole book than write the synopsis.
I will confess that they call writers who just write without some direct plan seat of the pantsers. I was a seat of the pantser, and then I was able to sell before I wrote a book, which is awesome, but you have to give them some outline, a synopsis. And so I'm not good at it. I leave myself plenty of wiggle room so that I still have that fun of discovery. And for me, that's half the fun in writing a book. Mm-hmm. It's like, here's my setup, and I know it. Like, how am I going to get them from this awful moment to the happy ending? And that journey, for me as a writer, is the fun. Synopsis can take a little of that out, which is why I do them loose enough that I have that fun.
And so it all kind of depends. There's writing a synopsis after you've already written the whole book, and there's writing a synopsis to sell on proposal, which usually, depending on where you are in your career, means selling on just a synopsis, or a synopsis in a first chapter, or a synopsis in the first 3 chapters. The thing with the synopsis is where you tell, don't show.
Which we've talked before about, show, don't tell, as you're writing a book.
So this is the opposite. This is where you actually tell instead of show, because you are just telling what happens in the story.
And you're really shooting for just a few pages. You're it does not have to be a tome.
Pages.
No.
Like 5 or less.
One of the early classes I took on writing said every book boils down to Johnny got his butt stuck in a bear, or Joni, in a bear trap, and spends the rest of the book trying to get out. Mm-hmm. And so that's what your synopsis is. It's describing that character, the bear trap, and how they get out of it.
Your goal, motivation, and conflicts. And if you don't know that, Deborah Dixon has a fabulous book called Goal, Motivation, and Conflict. GMC, Goal, Motivation, and Conflict. And that is a fabulous book on storycraft, on the big picture, on how to get conflict into your book. And that's what you want to do, especially in a romance. You want to tell an editor what brings them together, what keeps them apart, and the journey that they take to get to their happily ever after.
Right. And the conflict isn't just like, oh, I don't like you, you're a dork. That is not much of a conflict. One of the books, and I was really kind of proud of it, were 2 people, the mother of some children had died, and the freewheeling friend comes home and settles down to take care of them. And the woman's brother wants custody, and he's a very, buy the book, this is how we do it, I can send you to the best schools, I have the most money. And she said, I have time, and I have love, and so they were 2 people that loved these kids and were coming together, and that was their conflict, is who's going to get these kids, how are we going to make it work, and it drove the entire story.
You have to have, the whole thing with the romance is they're going to get together, we know that, so you have to do most of the book keeping them apart and keeping them fighting, and yet giving in. It's a dance, it really is. So in Firefly Wishes, I have the heroine whose child has died, and she donated his organs, and she falls in love with the man who has a daughter who has had a heart transplant. So here's a medically fragile child. She has already lost one child who was perfectly healthy. So how can she give her heart to a man and a child that she could potentially lose?
And that would be how you'd write it in a synopsis. Exactly. There you go. There's Susan's synopsis for it.
In a nutshell.
So, bear trap, how do they get out? GMC. That's how you write a synopsis.
Yep.
And there you go. One more shot of the lake. Enjoy.
Look, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
It's a little warmer than I'd like for autumn, but yeah, I'll take it. It's not too hot down here.
For September 15th, the middle of September when we're filming this, it is a little warm.
Yeah, just a bit of it. So
we're ready. We're ready for fall weather.
All right. Stay tuned for the next episode.